Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another exciting video here on our channel, Learn English. I'm Martin, and I am thrilled to have you join us today.
And I'm Luna. Hi, everyone. We are so happy to see you again. Whether you are new here or you have been watching us for a while, we promise that today's lesson is going to be incredibly useful for your daily conversation.
That's right, Luna. You know, we often get comments from our subscribers asking about how to express deep thoughts, plans for the future, and personal feelings. So today, we have a very special topic prepared for you.
Exactly. Have you ever wanted to tell your friends about your big dreams, but you didn't know the right words? Or maybe you wanted to explain why you feel unmotivated or lazy sometimes.
Today, we are going to dive deep into the topic of life goals and motivation. We're not just going to teach you simple words, we're going to show you how to have a real, natural conversation about what drives you in life.
Yes, by the end of this video, you will learn essential vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and idioms to describe your ambitions and how to overcome challenges when things get tough.
It's going to be a great practice for your listening and speaking skills. But before we jump into the conversation, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button below.
And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a lesson from Learn English. Are you ready to get motivated?
Let's get started.
Hey, Martin. I've been standing here for 2 minutes and you haven't even looked up once. You look so intense.
Oh, sorry, Luna. I didn't even hear you walk in. I was completely lost in my thoughts.
I can see that. You are frowning at that notebook like it's a difficult math exam. Is everything okay? What are you writing?
Nah, it's not a math exam. Everything is fine. Actually, I'm trying to be a bit more productive today. I bought this new journal this morning.
Ooh, nice. There is something satisfying about a fresh, empty notebook. So what's going inside? Are you writing a diary or maybe a grocery list?
Not exactly. I'm actually sitting here trying to map out my life a little bit. I'm writing down my goals for the upcoming year.
Your goals? That sounds serious.
It is. To be honest, I feel like I've just been drifting lately, just floating through the days without a clear direction. I want to change that.
I totally understand that feeling. It's like being on a boat without a paddle. So you decided to sit down and finally figure it out?
Exactly. I want to make sure I'm moving forward, not just standing still. But it is harder than I thought to put it into words.
Well, you have your coffee and your pen. That is a good start. Do you mind if I sit with you? Maybe talking about it will help.
Please sit down. I could definitely use a second opinion.
Okay, let's see what you have here. What is the number one item on your list? What are you focusing on this year?
Well, first and foremost, I have set my sights on learning a completely new technical skill. I aim to master the basics of graphic design.
Graphic design? Really? That is a surprise. I didn't know you were interested in digital art.
I am. I've always admired people who can create amazing visuals. So specifically, my primary objective is to become proficient in Photoshop and Illustrator.
That sounds like a fantastic challenge, but learning design is a huge topic. How are you going to approach it?
You are right, it is huge. That's why I plan to take a structured online course. I don't want to just watch random videos anymore. My target is to finish the certification within the next 3 months.
3 months? Wow, that is quite ambitious. But having a deadline makes it a concrete plan, not just a wish.
Exactly. I am determined to have a small portfolio ready by the end of that period.
I love that. It's very specific. Is there anything else, or is it all about work and skills?
No, I have a personal goal as well. I intend to improve my physical health. I've made a resolution to go jogging at least 4 times a week.
Nice balance. So you have a creative goal and a health goal.
Yes, my ultimate goal is to feel more balanced and capable by the end of the year. I want to look back and say, I did that.
I have to ask you something though, Martin. You mentioned learning graphic design and mastering Photoshop. Is this for your current job? Are you trying to get a promotion or a raise?
That is a great question. Honestly, no. It has absolutely nothing to do with my 9 to 5 job. In fact, my boss doesn't even know I'm interested in it.
Really? That's interesting. So if there is no external reward like money or a better title, what is the driving force behind this? Why invest so much time and energy?
Well, I realized that my daily job is very analytical. I spend all day looking at spreadsheets, numbers, and data. It's mentally exhausting and, frankly, a bit dry. I feel like I need a creative outlet.
Ah, I see. You are looking for balance. You want to exercise the other side of your brain.
Exactly. When I'm creating something visual or playing with colors and shapes, I feel a sense of genuine fulfillment. It's not about the result, it's about the joy of creating. It makes me feel alive.
That is beautiful. You know, in psychology, they call that intrinsic motivation. It means you're doing something because you find it personally rewarding, not because someone is forcing you or paying you.
Intrinsic motivation. I like that term. It fits perfectly. When I design, I lose track of time. It doesn't feel like work at all. It feels like I'm recharging my soul.
That is the best kind of motivation. It usually lasts much longer than doing things just for money. What about the jogging? Is that for health reasons?
Partly, yes, but the deeper reason is my mental state. When I run, I clear my head. It's my meditation. It helps me manage stress and anxiety.
So, your why isn't just to look good, it's to feel peace.
Precisely. Finding that deeper meaning is the only thing that gets me out of bed on cold mornings. If I only did it to look good, I would have quit a long time ago. But you know, Luna, hearing myself say all this out loud, it sounds great, but the reality is often very different.
What do you mean? You sounded so passionate just a minute ago. What is the problem?
The problem is, I am my own worst enemy. I start these projects with so much fire and energy, but after a week or two, that fire just dies out.
The dreaded burnout. It happens to the best of us.
It's not just burnout. It's this overwhelming feeling of laziness. Sometimes I open Photoshop, look at all the tools I don't understand yet, and I just freeze. I feel completely overwhelmed.
It can be intimidating when you look at how much you still have to learn.
Exactly. And then I start comparing myself to others. I go on Instagram or YouTube, and I see these teenagers creating masterpieces in minutes, and I think, I will never be that good. Why am I even bothering?
Oh, Martin, that is a dangerous trap. Comparison is the thief of joy.
I know, but it's hard to ignore. When that happens, I lose all my momentum. I start making excuses. I'm too tired, or I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes next week, and eventually I just stop altogether.
It sounds like you're dealing with a lot of self-doubt and procrastination. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you are scared of the process being too hard.
Yes, that's it. The fear of failure paralyzes me. I want the result, but the daily struggle to get there feels so heavy sometimes. Do you ever feel like that?
Are you kidding? All the time. Just last month, I tried to learn guitar. My fingers hurt, the chords sounded terrible, and I just wanted to throw the guitar out the window. It is frustrating when our progress doesn't match our expectations immediately.
So what do? How do we stop this cycle of excitement followed by crashing and quitting? I don't want this notebook to be another graveyard of abandoned dreams.
Martin, listen to me. I think I know exactly what is going wrong. You are trying to sprint a marathon before you even learn how to walk.
Sprint a marathon? What do you mean?
You are looking at the top of the mountain, the master graphic designer version of yourself. That image is so big and perfect that it makes your current efforts feel insignificant. You need to change your strategy. Have you heard of the baby steps strategy?
Baby steps? You mean doing things slowly?
Not just slowly. I mean breaking your massive goal down into pieces that are so small they seem ridiculous. You need to lower the bar.
Lower the bar? But I want to be ambitious. If I lower the bar, won't I become lazy?
No, quite the opposite. Think about it. When you say, I need to study Photoshop for 2 hours today, your brain panics. It sounds like a lot of work, so you procrastinate.
That is exactly what happens. I think about the 2 hours and I decide to watch Netflix instead.
Right. So here's the trick. Make the task so small that it is impossible to say no. Instead of study for 2 hours, change the goal to study for 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Luna, come on. I can't learn anything in 15 minutes. That feels like a waste of time.
It is not a waste of time. It's about building the habit of showing up. The hardest part of any task is starting. It's the initial resistance. If you tell yourself, I only have to do this for 15 minutes, the resistance disappears because it feels easy.
I see. So I'm basically tricking my brain.
Exactly. You're hacking your motivation. And here's the magic. Once you sit down and start working for 15 minutes, you'll likely keep going. But even if you stop after 15 minutes, you still win. You showed up.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Open the software is much less scary than master the software.
Precisely. Focus on the process, not the result. Just take one small step. Put on your running shoes, open the book, write one sentence. That is how you climb the mountain.
I can do that. I can definitely commit to 15 minutes a day. It feels much lighter already.
See, the anxiety is gone. Now you just have a simple task to do.
I like the idea of baby steps. But Luna, I have to be honest. There are some days when even 15 minutes feels like too much. Days when I wake up and I have absolutely zero desire to do anything. What do I do then?
That brings us to the most important lesson of all, Martin. And this might hurt a little to hear. You need to stop waiting for motivation to arrive.
What do you mean? I thought motivation was the key to success.
That is a common misconception. Think about motivation like a specific weather condition. It's like sunshine. It's great when it's there, it makes everything easier, but you can't rely on it because it changes constantly.
So if motivation is the sunshine, what happens when it rains?
Exactly. When it rains, when you are tired, stressed, or lazy, you can't just stop living. That is where discipline comes in.
Discipline? That word sounds so strict, like a military boot camp.
It doesn't have to be. Think of discipline simply as keeping a promise you made to yourself. Here's the truth. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is an action. Feelings change, but actions can be consistent.
I see the difference. I've been relying on the feeling of excitement to get me moving.
Right, and when that excitement fades, you quit. Let me ask you, do you feel motivated to brush your teeth every morning? Do you wake up shouting, yes, I can't wait to brush my teeth?
No, definitely not. I just do it because I have to. It's a routine.
Precisely. It is non-negotiable. You don't think about it, you just do it. You need to treat your goals the same way. Learning graphic design or going for a jog shouldn't be a decision you make every day based on your mood. It should be automatic.
That is a powerful shift in mindset. So on the days I don't feel like running,
You run anyway. You don't do it because you want to. You do it because you are a runner. That is discipline. It carries you when motivation disappears.
I guess that is the secret to consistency, isn't it? Showing up even on the bad days.
That is the only secret. Success isn't about one giant leap of motivation. It's the sum of small, unglamorous actions taken every single day, regardless of how you feel.
Wow, I've been waiting for a magic spark, but I really just needed to build a fire and tend to it every day. I need to stop trusting my feelings and start trusting my habits.
Exactly. Feelings are temporary. Habits are permanent. Build the habit, Martin, and the motivation will eventually follow the action.
Well, Luna, I have to say, this conversation has been a real eye-opener for me. I feel much lighter knowing that I don't have to be perfect from day one.
I'm so glad to hear that, Martin. And to all of you watching at home, we hope this conversation was just as helpful for you. Remember, feeling unmotivated is completely normal. It happens to everyone, even English learners.
Exactly. So let's quickly recap the key takeaways from today's lesson. First, if your goal feels too big and scary, use the baby step strategy. Break it down into 15-minute tasks.
Correct. And second, don't rely on your feelings. Discipline beats motivation. Create a habit and stick to it, even on the days you don't feel like it. That is how you achieve real success.
Now, we want to hear from you. We are very curious about your plans.
Yes, here is our question of the day. What is one major goal you want to achieve this year, and what is one small step you will take today to start?
Maybe you want to learn English, start a business, or get fit. Whatever it is, share it in the comments section below. Writing it down is the first step to making it real.
We read every single comment, and we would love to support you on your journey.
If you enjoyed this video and found these tips useful, please give us a huge thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow so we can keep making content for you.
And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. You don't want to miss our next lesson.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, small progress is still progress.
See you in the next video. Bye.
Bye, guys.